Blessings.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man. Every time. So,
Yes.
are you up for doing an interview?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, blessings. So, I guess we can start with who is Ja Mason?
Who is Ja Mason?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ja Mason, the builder for righteousness, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I
Ja
like
Mason, aka Farmer Man.
I like that.
Ja Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ja Mason. When I'm not performing, I'm farming.
Okay.
Yeah, that we endorse still throughout our message, like even
Yeah.
the past full 10 years. Because it's been from get-go, you know, it's a natural thing where, you know, we try to organize the youth, them, and even the elder who was there before, who never even recognize or exercise,
Yeah.
you know, the habits of, you know, the natural lifestyle.
Yeah, man.
You know, because when people say natural lifestyle, a man feel like you have to just have money. No, we have to just do the right things and eat the right things, and you understand what I say?
Yeah, man. Treat yourself good.
Yeah, so, yeah, so you know.
Yeah, man.
So when a man say Ja Mason, I want to say, yeah man, Ja Mason, farmer man here, you know. I want them think about Andre Corey Johnson, you know, I just, my Babylon name that way.
Yeah.
Talk me with, but you know, Ja Mason. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Farmer man.
I like that, man.
Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah, man.
where or how did your musical journey begin?
Well, my musical journey began way before I was even created.
Yeah.
Because one's journey, you know, it's been there, you know, it's just you're doing the fullness. You're living it. Now we're living it now, you understand me?
Yeah, man.
Because the universe, you know, it operates in mysterious ways. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, life is a journey also. You know, and when you say where the journey begin is like, my ancestors them was been doing this. So I mean, the journey started
Long time.
way back. Yeah, so I mean, I'm just taking up the banner or the baton, as they would say. You know, I'm just carry it on and skillfully and, I mean, in an upgraded manner.
For real.
You understand? Trying to like deliver message transparently.
Yeah, man.
You know, so, you know, once more time, you know, I'm not like bashing other artists or other brethren or sisters, but sometimes, you know, when we go out there in the world or wherever we are, we trying to send a message, we like to send our message, you know, in a way where it should be accepted. And you're gonna see it in the physical.
Yeah.
I gonna see it, you know me I say, in the mental. Because actually when a man hear me say, big up all farmer man, me say it from my heart and me say it with a meaning, and it's something that I do, that I really do,
Yeah.
and I really love.
Yeah,
And
man.
it's something that I was like, I was born in this thing. So as I said, it's like music, like everything has a balance. So I choose farming to go with the music. That's the balance for me. And you know, as we said, you know, we as an individual and as a people who know the right way, this is the time when we should like uplift. If we haven't been uplifting from back then, you know, the generation and the youths of today, it don't matter who you are, it's like we're concerned about health is the main number one issue.
Yeah, man.
You know what I say? You don't know, we are trying to gather the people in a oneness, you know, live in love and know, you know, I mean, you know, love yourself, you know what I say?
Yeah.
Love the creator. I mean, you love your maker. You understand me?
Yeah.
Love life. You individual that surround us. Not adding that are, the world is gonna be the same if we don't construct these type of live or these type of message. So I choose the music in this way to deliver, what this message that I'm trying to portray to the world.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what? It's nice to hear that what you're saying in your songs is how you're actually living as well.
Yeah, because as I was saying, I'm not gonna cut you from what this question you're asking. As I'm saying, you do have people who say,
yeah,
in my country they will say, you try to let you arrest yourself, like you say you was at the crime scene but you wasn't there.
Yeah.
So you have people who say, me do this, and you don't see them really doing it in the practical. You understand me? I say?
For real.
But you see them doing it in a talking way. You understand me?
Yeah, man.
So I mean, even for people who listening or who is tuned in to Jamaica or who want to know about Jamaica, if you're visiting Jamaica, you can, as long as I'm there, you can have a day with Jamaica on the farm.
Yeah, man.
So you can see what we do best, and we try to show the world it's nothing hard. This is the way of life. You know what I'm saying? Like simple planting a seed and watch it grow, and then it comes to perfection and bear fruit in due season. And you know what I say?
For real.
At the end of the day, that's the nature.
For real. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, earlier on today, I asked a few people what questions they might want to ask you. And a question I got asked was, what made you become a part of the Rastafarian movement?
Well, as I said, sister, you see, the universe, it governs in the rightful way.
Yeah.
And everyone has their choice to make.
For real.
And we have to make the right choice. Even if you choose the wrong choice and you think it's your right choice, that's on you.
Yeah.
Man say the right choice is the perfect choice. And in real life, after I left primary school,
yeah,
I was with people who I grew with was very knowledgeable, like spitting knowledge about Rastafari and the way of life. And I didn't thought, I see it.
Yeah.
I've seen it as the way of life and the rightful way of life. You know what I say?
Yeah.
Live on, what I say? Upliftment, natural way of life. You know what I'm saying? Living and see yourself natural. That's the way, that's Rastafari way of life. Yeah. Seeing yourself natural. Living natural.
Yeah, man.
You know me, I say speak natural. You know me, I say dress natural. Me, I say walk natural, talk natural. You understand me, I say? Yeah, it's all about this, cause, Rastafari and no color, Rastafari is a live.
Yeah,
and love no come in a color, and live no come in a color.
For real.
So, I mean, it's a way of life. That's the way of life.
Yeah.
You understand me? People have their other way of life, but it's not. When you add it up, it's not equivalent to the way of life, the way we live. Because Rastafari is a way of being yourself. There's no competition, because it don't matter what you have.
Yeah.
Even if you have more than your brother, you're just blessed with more food on your table. But everyone has food on their table, and if you have food on your table and your brother don't have food on your table, Rastafari way of life is sharing your food that's on your table.
Yeah, man.
You understand me? So, I mean, Rastafari is the way, and Rastafari is the life, and Rastafari is the truth.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's for unbelievers or people who need to seek knowledge about Rastafari, seek and search and, see the light. Because there's a way and a path for I and I to, what I say?
Yeah, man.
Live, and respect and love Rastafari, because without Rastafari I wouldn't be here, you know what I'm saying, ministering, you know, the way of naturality and the way of love and life and respect.
For real. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's so nice to hear about natural living and the importance of it, because you don't really hear it nowadays too much.
Yeah, because as I'm saying, music, and as people would say, the music from Jamaica, it's a big transport, it's a big train, it's a big, you know, it takes the message so far.
Yeah.
I mean, and people take this transportation for the wrong reasons, or for, you know, reasons that doesn't really make us a better people or make us choose the right way of life.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just we have to be careful when we delivering the message through the music. Make sure it's, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, man.
the omnipotent way, you know what I'm saying, the cleansed way, you know what I'm saying,
For real.
you know, can change people's life, you know, because the message is very important,
Yeah, man.
especially in this era we're living in.
For real.
Because the youth of today, it's like different from when I was, you know, in my days. I was born in the 70s.
Okay.
You know, so it's totally different. You know, the youths today, their IQ is more quicker, and they grasp more quicker, and it's twice. It's not like they have a bigger brain than us, but they're equipped. They're very attentive. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, their eyes are open and they will do things more quicker than in the days of where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I get you. Don't worry. I understand.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, we have to be careful what we put out there, because the youth is just, the generation is hungry
Yeah.
for knowledge, and knowledge is what you put out there for them to put in their head.
Yeah.
And whatever you try to teach the youth, they will grab onto that and go. They go real fast.
Yeah, man. Tell me about it.
So it's like internet is like this thing now that they come with now. This thing, you just post it and you share it and it goes. Who knows where?
Oh no.
Yeah. So you know we have to be careful. Yeah. You know. So this is just the time. You know, and my message that I'm not straying from.
Definitely.
You know, just be realistic and make sure, you know, we're not pouring, you know, like dirty water in a clean vessel and deal with it thing how we are. You understand?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So we have to just, you know, firm up.
Yeah, man.
And strong up the people them out there who, you know, feel down and know there's a way of life. Rastafari is the way of life. Your way of life is confusing. If your way of life is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is going the wrong direction. You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So.
Life, I mean, as you say, as me say, it's the music. A lot of people take this thing to a next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, we agree. People love us. They give you the stardom treatment. They give you the big life. But then we can't use that against human being. Because people is human being. I see myself as a more humanitarian person. You understand? Because it's people's person. We're for the people.
Yeah.
So we don't use material things against the people.
For real.
You know, I have no time to sing about material things. We do need material things. It's a way of life. It's necessity.
Yeah.
But we don't have to, you know, worship material, or, you know what I'm saying? It's not all about material. Life is not all about sex, money, or material things.
Yeah, man.
Because there are other important issues in life for us to address. Like, check the levels. Look how much people in Somalia and some place right now where they eat, and we don't eat for one day and we're fussy, and we don't eat for an hour. We say, oh, I forget to eat my lunch. I forget to. So me, I said, I mean, we forget to stop and think and take time out and say, what about those people?
Yeah.
How can we come together and everybody put 1 cent and then collect some money and send go give them or something like that? Or, you know me, I say it's like, we're bringing more time we think about the other things them, man, you know.
Yeah.
Them use material thing for attract we, you know.
For real.
You know, the thing is like, it's going backward instead of forward when I check the levels sometimes. It's just my way of thought. But, you know, we're hoping for the best and we praying for the best and we, you know, reach out to people to see the best in the results. You know what I say? Now, there's a war going on. Not really a physical war. You don't know with Babylon and for them thing. Spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have to just come together and the more positive we think we can win the battle. You know what I say?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And that's it, man. For real.
For real. It's so nice to hear an artist talk real. Basically. It's nice. Definitely. So some of your songs, well, if not all your songs, I find them really inspiring and really great to hear. But I just want to know a little something about Hard Mama Work, and how did that song come about?
Well, you see, every song I'm singing is my way of life, or what I've been through, or hoping for the best, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because Hard Mama Work is really, it's a reality song, because I was raised with my mother. It was 5 of us.
Wow. Yeah.
3 boys and 2 girls, and it was really hard, because you know, my mother, I go to the farm in the morning to work, and then my sister is off to school, then my mother is baking, and I have to get ready now for midday, because I go to school in the midday.
Okay.
I go to school and I go with the big cupcakes after I left the farm.
Okay.
I shower and then I'm getting ready. I go to school with the cupcakes to sell. Then when I sell this, because my sister, she's going to another school.
Yeah.
She passed her subject, so she's going to big high school, and then I have to sell, so this money could take care of the school, because my mother, she's like a bit, you know, she's an inside person. She don't want people to think, no, she don't have it, and she never wanted to ask, because when I used to go to school, where my school was, it was close by my house. Wow. So I went to school sometime. Lunchtime, I never stayed at school. I always go home. So sometime I go home, there wasn't no lunch, but I acted like I ate lunch.
Oh, okay.
So I just went back to school. So all these things was like, it's engraved. It can't be forgotten. You know, it's always remembered for, because it's the struggle and the rough times of the past makes you into the happy and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, shapes who you
wonderful
are.
human being you are.
Yeah, for real.
You understand me? So I mean, at least you live these things so you can, it's actually, the universe makes your life into a wonderful story.
Yeah.
So when you can remember the past and, you know, see that you survived it, and you never have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Go out of bound. You know, cause I could have done prison, or I could have done somewhere else, or I could have, you understand me?
Yeah, for real.
Just for my survival kit after thinking about my past. Maybe some people think about them struggle and turn it into a negative outcome.
Yeah, man.
But me turn my own into a positive. It's a cry, but it's a cry, but it's a positive cry.
Yeah. Big
you
respect.
Understand?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
For real. Big up mommy as well.
Yeah, man, big up mommy. She then a New York now. She go to the ground up bed yet still cry. I know a church woman.
Okay.
She go to the church and come home.
So am I right in thinking as well, before now, you was nicknamed Perry Mason?
Yeah.
Why was that?
Yeah, because that's the nickname my mother gave me, Perry Mason. Because when we was playing in the street,
Yeah.
if the kids have a fight,
Yeah.
I am their lawyer.
Okay.
So it grows until I went to school. People keep saying Perry Mason, Perry Mason. So when I linked up after I had my first audition,
Yeah.
I went to Kingston,
Okay.
to Junior Reed, JR Production.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I recorded my first song there under the name of Perry Mason. You can find that single now too.
Yeah, man.
It's called Selassie.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
song. Yeah, man. Wow.
Yeah, man. So it goes on and on. Then we linked up with the Fireman now. We linked up with David House.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the journey now. It's like I'm heading to university now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
Because I'm young and I'm,
For real.
yeah, and linked up with Prophet Capleton and big him up anyway. I'm there still because I don't know him, I'm a teacher. And, you know, John Houston, military man, Thunder, John Cure, the whole of it.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Wow.
you know, David House is like a university to me, as I tell you.
For real.
The knowledge, the challenges, the love,
For real.
togetherness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And, you know, one day Capleton looked at me and said, yo, we are calling the man Perry Mason for John Mason, the man name, man.
Big him up, big up, big up.
Yeah, because you don't know, so we have to have a father name, so
Yeah.
the Rastafari lives and rules and reigneth in the heart of all flesh.
Yeah, man. Every time. Then you went on to do an album release, wasn't it? Never Give Up. Tell us something about that, because you performed it in different places that I haven't really heard artists perform before.
No, but that wasn't my first album though.
Okay.
My first album was Keep Your Joy, if you could remember.
Okay, yeah, I've got that down.
Yeah, man, and then Never Give Up
Yeah.
at the next album.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the album was like, I recorded most of the tracks in Israel.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that? How was that for you?
Yeah, man, that was a big thing. It gave me like a big international feedback
Okay.
at that time, because there was no princess gone on that time as yet.
Yeah.
She wasn't gone yet. So anyway, yeah, I started getting shows in like UK, Europe, US, and I went to Israel
Yeah.
also to perform. It was great.
Wow.
I went to Japan, and it was a nice tour, that album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, man.
Wow. And how does the audience take to reggae music or music in general from different parts of the world?
Well, them take on, it's when they ask me how the audience take on reggae music, different parts of the world, it's like, I would say the people accept me for who I am and the way I try to blend my spirit with theirs. You understand? Because it's not everywhere you go, people know you, and people might, it's like, maybe some people know the song, maybe some don't. But I mean, you know, it's like, when you're delivering a message, people interested in the way you deliver your message. And for me, I see myself as an, you know, individual, as a Rasta youth where I deliver my message in a more art format.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, there's a little melody and there's a little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know? so people can accept the thing. You know what I say? It's like, you know, a little spicy food. You know?
So no jerk rice,
you know, we have a little of everything to tell them, which adds up to the one thing that you are trying to explain.
Yeah, man. For real.
Yeah.
Wow. And then you went on to do Princess Gone. Wow. That reached some charts, didn't it?
All over the world.
All over the world. So, from what I gather, is that it was number 1 in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Number 2 in the USA, and number 3 in the UK.
Yeah, it went number 1 in USA also.
Oh, okay, wow.
Clinton Lindsay, yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple other countries.
Okay.
Japan, all over, yeah.
Wow. How does that feel? Because obviously myself, I've never been in the charts. But how does that feel? Like knowing that your song is up there and listened to?
Well, honestly, it was a great feeling, but I mean, I never let the material things or the money overpowered me from who I am.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I am who I am today. Never really let this thing get to you. Like one guy from America, he has a song said, "Never let it get to your head now."
Yeah.
You know, so it's all about doing the work, son. You know, do what got to be done. It's me as a sister, cause yeah, we're singing, but it's not. I'm not singing for a Grammy or a Fish or a Bonnie.
Yeah.
Trust me, me just want to know my message reach out and people, you know, can say, yeah, reality I'm talking.
Yeah, man, for real.
No, cause that's more important than just to get the number. Some artists just want to get a number 1 just for hype.
Yeah.
And me know all of them things there. I know about all these things. I know what is these things, hype and all these things. We don't really work for hype.
Yeah.
Or a stripe or none of them things.
Yeah, man. So why do you think that song got to where it did? What do you think reached to the people?
Because, you know, you see, in this era, as we say, you see when people or individuals can relate to a song, like it's something they've been through or something that they have seen occurred. You know, it's more, people take on to the song more. You know, because they're like, oh, I've been through that, you know, and John, through the man talking, I know me just have a princess who gone, start seeing we, you know, and she never come back, you know, and she just pack up her things and, you know, maybe a woman in all the other sense, I say, you know, me have a man that the king did left and never say nothing, you know, and you know.
Yeah, man.
So it's something they can relate to. Something like, you know, yeah, one of those things.
Yeah,
they can relate to it.
For real. Yeah, man. So, what are you up to at the moment?
Well, I'm on tour.
Okay.
I'm actually on tour, and I have concert Friday, and I have concert Saturday. I'll be in
You're in the Netherlands, aren't you?
Amsterdam. Yeah, that's where we're going.
Okay.
And then back to Paris, and then we have like 3 more shows. I would have to ask my manager where I did it. So bad, I don't even know. And then I go back. I have like 4 more concerts. Then I go back to Jamaica for Capleton's show.
Okay.
Then I have my other shows in December. Back to January next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you coming to the UK?
Well, it's in the makings. I mean,
Okay.
we're working on it.
Yeah, man. I would love to meet you in person.
Definitely. Sis.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So I want to know who inspired you way back when, and who
Well, I'm inspired by the Most High, and I'm made by the Most High.
Yeah, man. I get definitely.
Yeah, man. Musically, you don't know. I'm inspired by all the Asians out there, man.
Yeah.
Even the great Bob Marley, you know.
For real.
Dennis Brown, all these icons, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Is there anybody up and coming that you're inspired by now?
that I'm inspired by now.
Yeah, or look at and think, you know what, they're doing
You know,
good.
me look at all of the youth, them are good, do good, man.
Okay.
Me love what I go on for this genre of music. Yeah, they're doing good. I just want them to just stay on track.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? There?
For real.
Yeah. No make the thing get to, cause the youth them like to follow us. They always follow us, whether on Instagram or whatever we say. You understand?
For real.
Yeah, man. Them like it. So I mean, make sure we have the right thing where them a follow. You know?
For real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what would you say to young people who are listening that want to get involved in music?
Alright, what would I say to them?
Yeah.
I would say, so where there is faith, so then there is hope. So nothing can stop us when we try. So when one door's closed, another is open. So we can get in. Yeah, man, all me I said, may the youth them know, so them for us stay focused and just keep it positive.
Yeah, man.
I just reach where you want to reach, you know.
For real.
But with the negative vibes, kind of cool down with the negative lyrics and them things like that. We love music, you know, but music can't do without all these negative sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And utterance, cause, you know, we love with children, them, and we love with generation, and too much youth are die from gun violence, and them claim to say it's the musicians and the singers and players of instrument response to that message going out there. So I mean, who is gonna take a stand?
Yeah, man.
So I'm not trying to pinpoint anybody that their message is doing that, but what me I say, just be careful of the message that we send out here, because our generation is so equipped in adopting these whatever we say. So let's say the right things and present the right message to our listeners and followers.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate it, and I'm loving the works that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan.
I'm gonna give thanks.